Today we're gonna code lots with Mr. Kim Phil Potts, and oh, how amazing you'll be.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the stream. It's been a while, so hopefully everyone's well. It has been a bit, so welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm a bit out of practice with streaming, but anyway, let's see what we're going to tackle today, and hopefully everyone's staying safe and at home, whether you like to or not. I know I am. I'm staying home, and I've got my kids with me as well. So expect an invasion at some point. So that might happen during the stream. Hey, Naxlos, welcome. I missed being here as well. So I've been really busy. I've actually been streaming other things, but not on Twitch. So I haven't been completely offline. I've been doing work stuff basically. All right, Travidale, how you doing? Welcome back. Brian Lagunas, am I using Prism with Xamarin.Forms today? I'm not. In fact, what I'm actually having a look at is what's here on the screen. I saw this and I liked the design. I thought it was pretty cute. And so I thought I'd try and reproduce this and just play around with the media element because I haven't played around with that. Hi, Lewis, welcome. So sorry, Brian. There's probably not even going to be a view model in today's application, let alone no Prism. All right, beautiful. All right, let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this UI, shall we? Okay, so it's being displayed over here. So what we have is a video, right? The hero element of this design is the video, and I should mention where this is from as well, of course. So this is a design that I find on Dribble as I do. So let me post that out there, and you can have a look at that. So it's pretty nice. It's by JD Jones. It's called the Travel App. And I'm going to commit all the code as well into GitHub. So that's a GitHub link for you as well. Beautiful. All right. So let's have a look at the video and see what this is all about. See what's so cool about this. Okay. So first of all, it's got a video, right? Now I haven't done anything with video in Xamarin.Forms, but we do have this new media element control, which is being used in things like the Xamarin TV application, which has been doing the rounds recently. So it seems to be pretty stable, gets pretty good feedback. So I'm going to test it out. So obviously we've got a video playing here. It starts off, it moves around and expands out of here. And we've got a little bit of information about Cannes in France. Beautiful. Is the stream buffering? I don't see anything bad from my end. So Lewis, how's everyone else doing? Smooth as butter. That's what we like to hear. All right, so maybe a refresh. All right, beautiful. All right, so what's going on here? Let's have a look. We got this video, right? It's playing in the background here, and then the user selects it, and it expands up, and then sort of flies down, and then we have this all pop up. The interesting thing about this is things like this section here, right? Where we've actually got this cutout going on here and we're seeing the video play in behind it. So that's going to be tricky, let alone just getting the media element to work. All right. So pretty cool, but it's a pretty pretty simple UI, I suppose, but I think there's going to be some tricks with it. Hey, Rob Gibbons. Brian Lagoons is here. I have a prison question. Fantastic. And hi, DCAT or DCATty. Delcatty. God, my eyes are so bad. All right. I might be wearing streams in the next one. I might be wearing glasses on the next stream. All right, cool. So let's talk about a strategy that we might have. And Brian's got prism answers. Of course you do, Brian. Okay. So we've got a map here in the background. We've got, so whether that's actually a map or not, I don't know. Maybe we'll just put an image there to start with. It could take us a couple of streams to get this done. So we've got our image here, or our video. It's going to move up to the top. And what's interesting about this actually is it doesn't just sort of change the window that it's viewing. It actually moves that up, because if we have a look at this sort of, let's say this section here, it's staying consistent as it moves up. So the actual video itself is moving up and then it's expanding out. And actually it doesn't even sort of, or it resizes out there a little bit, but it's actually just the video itself. Beautiful. So our first mission is going to be find ourselves a video behind here and just see if we can get it going in the media player. Now, I'm going to guess that the approach I'll use here, because of this cutout here, I think this is going to have to be Skier, because or some sort of custom renderer, because there's no sort of Xamarin controls that do that for us. All right, cool. Now, as we go through, if you've got any questions, ask away. Let's have a chat. You know, we're all in social isolation, so let's chat it out. Beautiful. All right, let's first of all go and see if we can get a video into our application. Now, I have I created a project. It's just a simple Xamarin.Forms file new project. I can actually show that to you. Here we are. This is it running. Hello, Xamarin.Forms. Simorph, welcome. It's been a while. It's been a while. Rob Gibbons can vouch for me though. I've been busy doing other streaming. All right, cool. Right, so we've got our Xamarin.Forms here. So let's go find ourselves a video. Now there's some cool places for videos. So there's a place called Vexels. Has anyone checked out Pexels before? Pexels is awesome. If you want some free videos, this is a great place to go. Let's go and have a. I did some searches before. All right, let's have a look at this. So they have these really lovely videos. In fact, that is the video right there. Let's have a look. See this video here? Yeah, that's the same video they're using. Okay, so Pexels, really cool place. So I'm just gonna grab this video, unless there's a better one. I have so many nice videos in here. But I think we'll go for the same one that was there. How's that music volume, by the way? Is that too loud? Probably is a little bit loud, isn't it? Lewis says, did we play the jingle before getting started?
Today we're gonna code lots with Mr. Kim, Phil Potson. Oh, how
thanks, Brian. Come down a tad. Beautiful. All right, let's get this one. Let's download this puppy. All right. So we have ourselves a video now. Let's go and have a look at Xamarin.Forms media element. Oops, I can't spell. All right, here's the media element in preview. Who's played with the media element? Anyone work with this? Because if you have, you can probably help me out. So we've got a media element. It can play through a web URI or an embedded resource. Let's embed it. Okay, so we've got to set flags. It's experimental. All right, let's start off with that. So this is going to be in the platform, I'm assuming. Wow. All right. I'm going to do it after the inits. That music down a little bit more. Beautiful. Media element experimental. Great. I should do this on. Oh, wait on. I'm not reading here. We can add it to our app XAML CS. Okay, cool. We don't have to do it in the platform. So let's do that. All right. Anyone know if it needs to go before the initialized component? I'm going to bet it does, actually. I'm just going to put it there. Beautiful. All right. What else we got? Okay, it's got properties, it's got aspect, it's got all of that good stuff. Wonderful. Is looping. Okay, playing remote, playing a local media file. Beautiful. Let's do this. Let's see if we can get this working. Local media can be played the following sources. We're using a special URI scheme. Beautiful. Come from the devices library. They have to be placed in the platform project on iOS, is stored in the resources folder. The bundle resource action on Android. They're going in the raw folder. Build action of Android resource. All right, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go and throw that into our application. We'll just see if we can get it rocking. I'm going to rename this video. Hang on a second. Okay, let's get Ocean. Well, I've renamed it to Ocean Wave. So under Android, it says it has to be under a raw folder. Let's stop this. I better check case sensitivity. That's such an Android thing. Yep, raw, beautiful. Okay, so we'll put that under there. Check its build action. Android resource. Cool, all right. And under iOS, which is probably behind my head, I'm gonna stick it in the resources folder. And bundle resource. Beautiful. All right, now let's see if we can get it displaying. Hey, thanks for the follow. All right, I'm gonna redo a lot of my stream stuff soon, but I want to keep track of special thanks and follows. So thanks for the follow. MGYR, beautiful. Thank you so much. And yeah, feel free to ask any questions as you go through, or help me out, even more importantly. All right, cool. So we now have that video embedded, or at least in our platform project. So theoretically speaking, I should be able to get this into my application and displaying it. So I'm going to give this a build, deploy it onto a device. So I'm using a device today, and I'll just wait for it to build. How big is that file actually? So that file, yeah, this will be an interesting test. This file is 55 meg in size. So we'll see, we'll test out the media player, see if it can handle a 55 meg file. Hey, Glenn Stevens. Welcome.
Today we're gonna code lots.
Glenn wrote this jingle.
Kim, Phil, Potson, oh how amazing you'll be. Today we're gonna code lots. With Mr. Kim,
double
Phil,
jingle.
Potson, oh how amazing you'll be.
Thanks for the follow. All right. Beautiful. Awesome follow. All right, cool. So we got our application running, right? So here's my theory, right? We should be able to come into our main page. And we should be able to add in a media element with a source. And we need to work out what the source type is. So let's go back to our docs here for a second. Okay. MS AppX, and then the name of the file, which is called oceanwaves.mp4. All right, let's see what's happening here. All right, I got a whole bunch of nothing. Rob says, where's Renee? He's probably sleeping. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think it's not sized, so we can't. This could be the worst stream ever if I can't even get the media playing. So I'm just adding the background to it so I can see where it is. So let's give it a width and a height, because sometimes that is gonna... Ah, beautiful. Booyah. All right, we have victory. All right, let's do this then. Let's say, look, let's get rid of this stack layout. Nobody likes stack layouts, especially not me. All right, so we've got a grid. Let's make this vertical options of fill, horizontal options of fill. Get rid of our height request and our width request. Let's set its aspect to aspect fill. Awesome. Hey, look at that. We got a video. Whoop. Well, that's pretty sweet. I just want to have a look at this. What if I say shape playback controls of true? That's so cool. What a cool addition to Xamarin.Forms. All right, step one, complete. We don't want the playback controls, false. And there is a looping, is looping. True. Let's just test that, see? We'll get rid of that background color. That's pretty cool, right? We've got a video playing with like 0 lines of code, basically. And it's a 55 meg file. That's awesome. All right, what's next? So the next thing that we need to do, let's go back and have a look at our video, see what we're trying to do here. So we're going to start off with it. With rounded corners for a start. Now, the other interesting thing about this as well is this here, like I said, this stays constant. So this video is actually moving up the page. So let's see if we can make a video move up the page without it dying. Yeah, and cross-platform, that's pretty cool. Except I don't have my Mac plugged in, right, Rob? But yeah, it's totally cross-platform. So this should work on my iOS as well. I might plug it in later on. Let's do this. Let's grab a slider. And we'll put this down the bottom. So vertical options and give it a margin. 20. Give it a min value, minimum of 0 and a maximum of like, I don't know, 1,000 for example. And give it a value equal to 0. So how long does these sessions usually last? Good question. So normally I do a couple of hours. And then I'll just sort of see where I get up to and find a point where it makes sense to break. Today, because I'm at home and the kids are also at home, at any point they could come and attack me, basically. So who knows? All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add in a value change here. How's that font size? Is that good for people? Oh yeah. I had a value changed, and all I'm going to do here, I'll give this a name. We'll just call that video. Terrible name, but let's just call it video. And let's go. This what I want to say. What I want to kind of test out first of all is if we can translate this, if that's going to work or if it's going to blow up on me. So I'll say translation Y equals the new value. All right. Yeah, so Rob says until the Bash Brothers, I call them the Smash Brothers, but yeah, the Bash Brothers unleash. You know, remember that, ooh. Where did it go? There it is. All right, so theoretically, if I do this, my video should slide down and back up. Awesome. That's pretty smooth. Like I expected it to be smooth because it's just repositioning a control. The control's not doing any additional work. Cool. All right, that's a good start for us. Couple of questions. Hey, IoT Fire, welcome. Okay, what app are we making? Yeah, let's have a look at what app we're making quickly. We're making this app here. Or we're trying to reproduce it basically. So I think if you go like project, there we are. We've got that. And then I'm gonna check the code into GitHub as well. So we're gonna give it a go, see if we can reproduce it. This is what I normally do on a Friday, but I haven't done it for a while. Robin says, is C# the language of the future? I think so. It's also the language of the past. Flutter or C#? You know, I don't know. There could be a whole discussion on Flutter versus C#. In my opinion, no, sorry. In my opinion, they do two different things. Look, I've programmed in C# for a long time, and so, you know, spend all my time in the .NET world. So for me, C# makes sense. right? Because I don't really want to learn Dart. You know, but Flutter's pretty cool. Gets a lot of love. So yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, I think particularly in these troubling times, we don't want to be bagging out anyone else. So, you know, Flutter's cool. I think C# pretty cool. Because look, there's that. All right, fantastic. So what we're trying to do then, Rob says language of the present. Yeah, absolutely. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to start it off down here. And then we're trying to move it up. Rounded corners. I bet you it doesn't have rounded corners. Ooh. Everything should have rounded corners now. Okay, we don't have rounded corners. So we could put it in a frame. Let's do this. Let's put it in a frame. Because frames have rounded corners. Let's change its padding to 0. Cool. Will the media element support a live feed? Yeah, I believe so. Do you want to test it out? Let's test it out. Because I think they mention a live feed in here. Maybe they've got a URL. I don't have a URL for a live feed, but here in the docs, they got a Channel 9 video. The Xamarin Show. Let's just ram this in. See what happens. So if I was to put that in there, a URL. Oh. Look at that. I feel more comfortable with James here. All right. Thank you, James. All right. So the question there, yeah, that's pretty cool. So media element, is it part of Xamarin.Forms or an additional NuGet? It's part of Xamarin.Forms now. Right. Let me. It's preview feature. There's a link to it. I haven't used it before, but I know that they've used it in the Xamarin TV application, which Xamarin TV GitHub, which is an awesome application, by the way. This one here. So it does come out, like I've got, what version of Xamarin.Forms do I have installed? I've got 4.5. I've got the latest stable. I can't manage NuGets at the moment. Let's have a look. I've got the latest stable, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I'm on latest stable, 4.5, and it's in there. All you got to do is add in a little flag, an experimental flag, and you're done. Oh, Travidale. Your son's sad I don't have the little people running around. You know, it's important to look after the kids today. So I'm going to see if I can get them going. This is how I crashed the stream, by the way. No. So what type of VS theme? It's actually a custom theme that I'm using. I've got it on my blog actually. So if you go to kimphilpotts.com, which is where I try and write blogs about the UI challenges. There we are. Because a few people asked me my Visual Studio 2019 theme. So go and have a look at that. I haven't tried it reinstalling it, but I think I just exported it out. Okay, wait on. The important thing is we need stream avatars, don't we? There we go. All right. There, Travidale. So you're thinking about getting stream avatars. It's pretty cool, actually. I don't know whether it's distracting, Brian, but it's fun.
Today we're gonna code lots.
Hey, Dan Siegel.
The Kim Phil
Thank you for raiding.
how amazing you'll be.
Awesome. All right. Hey, yeah. What were you doing, Dan? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. All right. What were you working on? So wait on. Let me first. Okay, you were looking into Mobile Build Tools version 2 that was released this week. Yeah, cool. You know what? I'm really interested in that stuff because I was doing some DevOps recently, Dan. So I might test it out. There's actually a few libraries. I noticed that you're doing one. I noticed a few others as well. Yeah, fantastic. So it's the weird characters walking around. Anyway, let me do this. You can pick people up, you can fly them around. There's also some commands as well. Over 100,000 downloads. Congratulations. Rob says, the avatars are distracting me from what you read docs. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Coming back to what Brian was saying, it's kind of fun. It's pretty distracting. But look, I'm just kind of hanging out writing code anyway. So, I don't expect anyone to actually watch these things back, hours at a time anyway. It is what it is. It is what it is. You can do commands as well, by the way. I don't know. You can fight each other. Anyway, you can play around with that while I try and write some code. Well, whilst I'm reading my docs. Anyway, Dan and people who are joining us, thanks for joining. And what I was going to say is, this is what we're working on. We have this UI here. We're trying to reproduce this UI. Let me bring up a bigger version of it. We're trying to reproduce this UI using the media element in Xamarin.Forms. And so far what we have, if we run our application, dance monkey. You know what? when this thing first spins up, it doesn't render the media element. There we go. Okay, so this is what we got so far. We've got our media file. So the media element is working awesome. We've got our media file. We can move it around the screen, so that's good. What I was going to do is, let's get back to some coding, shall we? Let's add a corner radius into this thing of 20. That should give us corners on our video. Beautiful. Let's add a margin of 20. Beautiful. So, that's because we're moving. I wonder if this will break hot reload. I'm going to change the name of something. Yeah, it totally broke it. All right. So I noticed that it's a little bit difficult in the chat to change things, but I think if you go onto my Twitch page, I think there's an extension that you can use to customize yourself. There we go. IoT Fire Kim, will be cool to have Android and iOS side by side via dual startup projects using the new hot reload. You know what? My problem is my Mac is sitting here. So I'll get that. Like, given how much time I'm wasting at the moment, I doubt we'll get this finished today. So I'll do that for the next one. All right, cool. So let's have a look at this now. Okay, so how are we going to make this thing work? Okay, if we have a look, that's not the video we want. We want... where's our other video? Here we go. Here it is. Okay. So we're going to start out, we've got an image in the background. We'll do that one. Hey Dan, catch you later. Go make some dinner, look after your family, look after yourself. Stay socially distant. Actually, stay physically distant. And thanks for the raid. Beautiful. All right. Let's do this thing. Let's commit. So see, here's the challenge. This is what I'm thinking. As this thing expands downwards, right? So it expands downwards. I don't think we're going to be able to change the same size of the frame and have that work, because the frame is going to inform how big this media element is. So I'm thinking I'll go to my good old fallback of Skier Sharp and actually render out this in Skier Sharp and effectively have a screen in front, which is Skier Sharp, and then have a cutout, which is showing the video, if that makes sense. Because we're going to need Skier Sharp here anyway because of this stuff. All right, let's try that out. We'll see if it works. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that frame, I think. Okay, so we'll get rid of that frame. Let's add in Skier Sharp. Skier Sharp Views Forms. Beautiful. Yep, let's install all of those things. I've got a child here already attacking. Alex, I'm streaming. All right. Cool. What am I doing? Skier Sharp. Let's do this thing. Okay, we've got Skier Sharp forms installed. Beautiful. Let's go and add in a namespace into here. So let's say XML_NS skier equals Skier Sharp view forms. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a skier canvas here. We'll call this skier overlay. We'll give it some vertical options of fill. We'll give it some horizontal options of fill. We'll give it a we'll add in paint surface. Okay, cool. And in our paint surface, let's go and there's a battle going on. The cool thing is I can grab people, throw them around. And if people are being bad, I can drop bombs on you. All right, paint surface. Look, I'm going to go and look up some old code because I can never remember how things are done. Let's have a look at one of my previous ones where I've done some skier before. It's God mode, that's right. All I'm looking up here is just looking up the Skier Sharp stuff because, you know, I don't remember this stuff. So this is one of the old ones, day versus night. What I'm looking for is this code here. All right, cool. So just basically clearing the canvas. All right, and then I'm gonna like basically create a brush out of here. SK Paint object. A new SK Paint object. We'll give it some, we'll give it like a color of white. SK colors dot white. There's like a fill mode. What's that called? That's called the style. We'll say, yeah, we want to fill. Anti-aliasing. is true. Beautiful. Okay, so I've got a background paint object. Beautiful. Let's go and splat this over our canvas. So I should be able to say canvas dot draw rect new need a rect, so we have a new SK rect. The SK rect is going to be from 0, 0 to info width to info height. Paint object is going to be our background paint object. Beautiful. So that should go and draw a big old white square. Okay, but what we actually want to do here is we want to create a cutout. So we'll work out the rect. So we'll have that rect equals a new SK new rect, and we'll say this is going to be let's make this 0, 0 to info.width, and then we'll say the bottom, we'll give it like, we'll just throw a number in here for the moment. Now what I want to do is, like we did in this one here, we want to actually create a clipping. A clipping path, basically. Where do we do that? So here, we want to do that. Something like that. So if I do that, I should be able to say canvas.clip rect or clip rounded rect. Sure, why not? New cutout up. So the rect is going to be, it needs to be a rounded rect. So let's go new SK rounded rect. Okay, and we'll say we're going to use our cutout rect. We're going to have a radius for the rounding of the rounded rect, which is going to be, let's just throw some values in. So that's going to be 30. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to say we need, everything's in device 15. Yeah, so everything's in, when we're in Skier, everything's in like pixels. So we need to actually get our device resolution and we're a scaling factor. And the cool thing is, if we go and have a look at Xamarin Essentials, it's in device display, main display info, density. Beautiful. So that's our device density. So we'll say, and we're going to use that a lot. So I'm going to say the density equals that. Okay, cool. I'm going to move these puppies up the top. Okay. So we got our density, and then sounds like a long route. The problem, I think the reason, yeah, I'm open for suggestions, but see here, this is going to be a problem. Right? So all I'm doing is the overlay part. Right? So I'm actually going to have a cutout here. Give me 5, and then we can assess and we see if it's a good idea. going to create another variable here. Overlapping transparent button using absolute layout. Wow. Overlapping transparent button. Yeah, the problem I still have though is I think the cutout here. That's going to be my issue. Let me try this and we'll see what happens. You know what? I'm going to say 15 times density. And then I'm actually going to go and do this. Once we get our density, let's store this puppy away. Who hates underscores? Not density. So we'll give it a padding, and we'll give it a padding. Beautiful. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken... Hey, thanks. Tasliama. Welcome back. Yeah, it's been too long. So that's clipping the rounded rect. Yeah, okay, cool. So we've got a rounded rect. All right, got a rounded rect here. My theory is what this should give us is in our page, we should have a cutout. Let's see if it works. And we should actually... I think the problem here, let's see if this works. Let's just see. I think I need to add a clipping path. Drew Cooper Son. Hello, just wondering, I'm trying to make an app this summer. Do you know whether to publish on Apple OS or Android OS? I say go both. But what language would you recommend? I think it depends on what languages you come from. You know, if you're trying to pump out something pretty quick, if you do C#, you know, you're familiar with .NET World, I'd say Xamarin's a good option. I don't know. I suppose if you're more like a web dev or something like that, you could try that. C and C++. Yeah, Nick says publish to both. I agree. All right. So I successfully did drew a rect. It depends on what the app's going to do as well. You know, because one interesting approach I've been thinking about for some things recently is, what's it called? It's a restaurant app, so it's going to have a bit of complexity in it. Yeah, okay. Because there is a nice framework that runs it off Google Sheets. Yeah, Nick's got some advice there. Go Xamarin for cross-platform, Kotlin, Swift for native. All right, cool. So let's have a look at what I've done here. I've created myself a rect, and this is okay. And the reason for that is because I haven't given it a clipping operation. Okay. And I probably want to have like difference here. Anti-alias is true. Okay. So if I do that, what I think will happen here is it's basically going to provide me a clipping rectangle. Glide. Yeah, glide was the one I was thinking of. Glide's really cool for driving things out of, there we go. That's what I was after. Yeah, Glide Apps allows you to drive things out of Google Docs so you don't have to write anything. All right, cool. So I've got myself a rounded rec there. Beautiful. Now, what I want to play around with is this. Let's go and add another slider here, right? Just to, because I need to sort of see how the performance is going to go on this puppy. So I'll add another slider. And these are just for debug purposes. I'll put this at the end. All right, so I have two sliders. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, when the first slider changes, I'm going to change the translation of the video. So it's going to move the video, but I'm also going to have a cutout pause. And I'm also going to have a cutout height. All right. And what I'm going to do is when this changes, I'm going to say my cutout pause equals the new value. Trust me, I'm getting around to it. And this one is going to say that cutout height equals the new value. So how does Skier know to clip out that thing? Yeah, yeah, it's basically sitting behind the Skier sharp. And so I'm just cutting it out, exactly. All right, so then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna say, instead of going from 0, 0, let's go. In fact, I'm gonna times this by density because I'm gonna So I'm going to say X, Y, cutout position. And I need to remember whether this is the bottom. Okay, so this is the bottom. So this is going to be cutout pause plus the cutout height. Cool. And then it's going to basically get that rec, it's going to crop it, it's going to be a beautiful thing. All right, and what we'll do is we'll give this a value. Start this with a value of 300. All right, while that's deploying, let's have a look. Here's some questions. Okay. Yeah, Rob mentions Microsoft Learn. Yeah, look, Learn's got lots of good stuff. So there used to be a thing called Xamarin University, and all of that content is moved across to Microsoft Learn. This is really a good idea. So come in here, type in Xamarin, and there's heaps of classes on getting started with Xamarin. Okay, Travi, can I explain the need to multiply by the density? Yeah, I can. So here's the thing. So in Xamarin.Forms, when we specify values like this 10 here, or this 20 for the margin, right? That is, in Xamarin.Forms, it's kind of like has no units, right? So it passes it down to the platform, and the platform interprets it because like iOS uses, what does it use? Doesn't use effective pixels. God. What does it use? Somebody tell me what it uses. On Android, it uses DPs or dips, device end pixels. Okay, so the point is that these don't have any units, but when you're in Skier Sharp down here, you're drawing directly onto canvases. And so it's sort of at a pixel level, right? And so if I've got like DPIs, points is what it is. Exactly. There we are. Edgar's got it, points, right? So that's like the scaling factor, right? So the idea is then that we have this scaling factor, and in order to, if I want to translate between like a Xamarin.Forms sort of value and the number of pixels, I need to multiply it by the density, because some screens are like 2 times 2 times 3 times, etc. And that's why, in Android, you've got all these different density folders here, basically dealing with different densities. So that's why. Okay, here's the app. Here it is running, right? So pretty boring here, but I got 2 sliders, right? So one of these sliders should be moving that video around. It's actually not what I'm after. What did I do here? So we got cutout pause plus cutout height. So this slider changes. Oh, you know what's happening? Here's the other thing. When you're doing Skier Sharp, you're kind of just rendering. It's like a game loop, right? I'm sort of just saying, hey, let's go and set this value. But what I need to do is I need to tell it to redraw itself. So I need to find out the name of my thing, and I need to say, hey, Skier overlay, invalidate your surface. All right, cool. And I'm going to do that after the video moves. All right, but it's super fast. Okay, let's see what happens here. So what I'm hoping now is we're going to have the ability. There's a weird bug. It only refreshes the media element after you do a refresh. I think it's a hot reload bug. Okay, so now what I can do is I can move that around, and I can expand that out. Beautiful. So that gets us closer, right? Because where we want to start off with is we want to start it off with a height like this down the bottom, right? Ultimately, what we're trying to do is something like this. It's going to go expand up to the top, and then it's going to expand down. Does that make sense? That's super cool. And you know what? If you wanted a sliding window over a video, you can do this. This is a cool thing, right? If I didn't move this, so invalidate, Edgar says invalidate is more an Android. No, in this case, what it's doing is it's invalidating the skier canvas. So it's basically causing this code to run again. Does that make sense? So we're not invalidating Android. It's just my paint surface for skier. All right, so this should be pretty cool, right? So what I should be able to do now, look at that. I can move that around. I can now have this sliding window over a video. That's awesome. Not what we want, but could be useful. Could be super useful. Let me do it with my finger. Come here, little slider. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. So we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So we do want this video to translate, right? Because if we have a look at the video, out of the way, error box. It kind of looks like a parallax. So it's just a sliding window, right? So that was kind of what I'm hoping, because if you have a look here, I mean, that moves up at the same point, but the top of the video is the same. So it basically brings the video all the way up to the top and then just expands the portal that you're looking through. That makes sense. All right, that's cool. The other thing we might want to do here as well is we might add fonts. What should we tackle next? Should we do the animation? Should we do the animation? Should we, I'm just trying to think where to go. Well, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust these, actually have this cutout rect. Have some margins in it. So let's use we'll go padding in from the left, and then we'll say that's going to be info width minus the padding. So Lewis says, yeah, it's like it keeps the same dimensions, and then when it gets to the top, it does like a fill and expand. Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking, right? Is that the video, like the video itself, doesn't change aspect ratio or size, right? It's actually got the video there, the same video that it's showing full screen. It's just the window that we're looking at is changing. Hey, Clean Swift. Hi from Russia. Hope you're keeping safe in Russia. Good to see you as well. Yeah. Take care. All right. So, we could do some. Okay, well, let's have a look at how this padding looks first of all. I got this weird bug here. When it first launches the app, it doesn't render until I hit refresh. I think it's a hot reload problem. A hot reload. Okay, so that looks pretty good, right? We'll go with that. I love doing that. That's so much fun. I'm so impressed that this is just an inbuilt control. All right. I think I need to write a to-do list here, because I'm getting distracted by what I should be doing. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to add a background map. we need to animate position of video when clicked. Okay, cool. I want to tackle that one first. If I can get that video animating to the right spot, I'll be happy. We need to add the fonts and labels in. Yep, cool. All right, let's start with that really small list. Animation. Let's do that. Actually, we need a touch effect first of all, right? So here's what I'm using now for touch effects. So I could, if I wanted to, come in here and I could say, and I could do something like media elements dot gesture recognizers. So that's an option. One that I've been using recently though is touch effects. It's pretty cool because it gives a little bit better control as well. So let's So it's this one here by Andre. How long have I been using Notion for? I've been using it for probably 6 months. I don't use it all the time, but it is really cool. Really like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say touch effect. All right, because the advantage of touch effect is that it allows you to do things like if you wanted to have ripple effects and things like that. So it's pretty cool. It's also just as well an effect. So you can do this. You can say media element dot effects, and then say touch effect. And because it's got a whole bunch of like different things like hover statuses and toggle buttons, changing state. It's got heaps of really, really cool stuff that you can do in it. And you can also it's got a bunch of attached properties as well. So you've got like native animations, pressed animations. So I think it's really cool. I really like it. So that's what I've been using recently. And in fact, let me pop a link out to the chat window for this. Because it does have a line we need to put in here as well. It's got a preserve line. Okay, just to make it safe for the linker. So that's going to go in my main activity. And I don't think it's going to matter where I do it really. Put that in there, and I'll also put it in my iOS solution as well. Yeah, that's an awesome library. It's a totally awesome library. So I always used to just do gesture recognizers in the past, but now I kind of like this one. Am I doing streams in other technologies as well? Technically, no. I'll probably be doing some stuff around the community in Azure as well. But this Friday stream is just like a really chilled out stream I like to do, and just play around with Xamarin.Forms UI because it's kind of what I like to do. I love UI stuff. All right. So there's a completed event when the touch is completed. Okay. And you can use commands as well, right? So somewhere up here, you can specify commands. I'm not using view models in this, even though it disappoints Brian. Okay, so here's my touch effect, right? So what we want to do here is we want to kick off the animation. Now I'm going to have, in the video, it doesn't sort of show it, but I think there's kind of like two states for one of these things. There's the collapsed view, which is what it is here. And then there's the expanded view, which is what it is here. So I'm going to add in two states. I'm not going to use visual states at the moment. I might enhance it to use visual states, but because I've got to learn all about all the new stuff in visual states. I'm just going to put myself a note here. Okay, investigate that. Beautiful. All right. State, that's the worst name ever, isn't it? Okay, because now what I could have is I can have a it's like the worst state machine in the world. Yeah, so will I upload my videos to YouTube? I do that mostly, sometimes. Yeah, let's see if I can find a link for you. I think I've got a few videos I got to upload. I don't know, maybe that does it. All right, so let's do this. Let's kick off the animation. We'll have a method go to state. We'll say if the current state is collapsed. No worries, Travidal. Thanks for joining, mate. Got a jet. Take care. And yeah, I'll upload the video. I'll be good. But stay safe. It's the worst code in the world. Well, let's do that. Wow. Okay. so this is where we need to do some animation, right? All right. The first thing we'll do, we'll animate the cell position. So we're kind of already doing that actually. So we're doing the cutout pause, right? So we have this cutout pause. We just need to animate it. So we could say something like, okay, so that was a new animation. Okay, and with our animation, we want to say over time, okay, we want to adjust the position of the cutout. Beautiful. We're going to start at, well, it depends on which way the animation's going, right? So we'll get our start position first of all. So start position. And we'll have an end position. Beautiful. We will have an easing of in, out. Okay, so we want to adjust the position of the cutout. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, let's go and get our cutout position equals our animated value. And we want to also want to adjust the position, video to match. Okay, and we also want to invalidate canvas. Beautiful. Okay, which is just this code that we had up here, right? Whoop. Does anyone else write code by writing comments first? Now, cutout pause, this is what I always get confused by actually. Cutout pause, we were assuming is pixels, right? So I'm gonna rename this to cutout pause px because this, actually maybe yeah. Okay, and we'll just do that because this is not going to be in pixels, right? So we don't want to do that. Hey, Lachlan. How you doing? And Clinton. So you write comments only if your head can't handle it. Yeah, I kind of do it when I'm streaming or I'm teaching because it's hard to stream and think at the same time, basically. And Clinton, Lachlan, welcome back. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we want to animate this value. Now, what we need to know is we need to know what those values are going to be. So depending on our state, if our current state equals collapsed, then our start pos is actually full screen, right? And our end pos is going to be equal to the height of the form Well, there's an interesting question. Drew says, what language did you work with when you were studying at college? So this is a good time for all the old people to shine. So in the chat window, first language or whatever language. So Clinton, Java. So I think C was where I started. So good old C and then C++. A lot of Java's in there. Yeah, see, because I went to like college is university, right? So I'm really old, and so that was in like 1990, 92. Yeah, I did Pascal as well. C, Pascal, COBOL. But mostly I love C. Yeah, Delphi. First language was BASIC in 82. Yeah, my first language was BASIC as well. 10 go to 20. I'm sorry, 10 print a low, 20 go to 10. Hey, thanks for the follow. Kubisas.
Today we're gonna code lots with Mr. Kim, Phil Potts, and oh, how amazing you'll be.
Can't forget our people. Kubisas. And another follow as well. Let me get this. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the follows. So we're working on some animation at the moment. Well, actually, we're having a bit of an old man or old lady reflection on first languages. All right. What I'm trying to work out here is I'm actually going to when we're going to a state of collapsed, we want to move things down the screen. And so what I need to do is I need to say, it's going to be the height of the screen minus the cutout window plus a bit of margin. So cutout height I've assumed cutout height. Let's make this clearer. Cutout height in pixels. All right. God, I hate converting these numbers between pixels and not pixels. So if I divide it by density, right, that'll give it to me in points. Wow, this is the worst maths ever. Okay. So if we go and collapse, that's where we're going. Otherwise, we're going the other way, right? We're going from there to there. Very suspect. All right. And we should set our initial value. So it's going to mean cut out pause.
Today we're gonna code lots.
Equals
Fill pots and oh how amazing.
Start pause. Hey, it's a follow. Harry Dang. Hello, Harry Dang. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. Beautiful. Oh, I can hear my children crying outside. It's all right. My wife's here. Hey, Dragon. Why be a dragon? Welcome back. Subscribe for 10 months. Wow. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's good to be streaming again. Actually, I'm a little rusty, so it's taken me a long time to do anything here. But that's all right. We're just chilling.
Today we're gonna code lots with Mr. Kim, fill pots and oh how
Stalin.
amazing
Stalin's here.
you'll be.
Fantastic. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's get this animation happening, and then we can be happy. All right, cool. Focus, Kim. Focus. There we go. We're starting out there. We're getting our densities. We're animating that value. We're invalidating the surface. Let's get rid of these 2 bits of code. Let's get rid of those sliders. We don't need those anymore, even though they're cool. Dragon, what are we doing today? Today we're playing with the media element. So the app that we're working on is this little nugget by JD Jones. Of course, it's one of those dribble ones that I sneak in. I'm going to put the GitHub here. And it's pretty cool, right? It's actually got nice little video, a nice little video that slides around and expands out. So it's pretty cool. We've got a little bit working so far. Let me show you where we're at here. Actually, is that going to work? It's probably not going to work. Anyway. Yeah, it's a really cool animation, actually. Really love it as well. All right, let's see if we can get our animation going, and then we can play with that. I'm gonna get rid of these sliders. Actually, maybe we'll just leave those for the moment. All right, let's do a build. Let's do a run. Let's see where we're at. The media element looks fantastic, by the way. Gotta wait for the build. Put on some hold music.
It's the hold music. Hold music.
All right, what do we got here? Got a video? Where's that video? Where'd that video go? Hey, video, where are you? Yeah, God, what did that break? Okay, let's see what we have. So Dragon, I've never used the media element. Yeah, I haven't used it before either. Job wants your entire team to be more T-shaped. I don't know what that means. You're doing a lot of web and Node.js. I'm assuming that just means sort of broadening your skill sets. Let's have a look here. Let's see what's going on. I've got a breakpoint here. Oh, we're not even running. Hang on. What am I doing with my life? Very deep knowledge of C# and .NET in general, but they want me to increase my knowledge in other areas. Yeah, fair enough. I suppose. Oh well, you're enjoying it. That's the most important thing. Why isn't that running? Touch effect completed. Let's... It's not actually calling into there, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, you know why? Because I'm coming into here. I'm going to my state. I'm working out where things should be. So I'm saying we should start from there. We should end there. Creating an animation. But you know what the problem is? I'm never actually running the animation. That would have been a good idea. Yeah, Dragon, that's actually on a physical device. So this is a physical device that I have here, but it runs really nicely. Yeah, I'm using a physical device. But having said that, that device is like an original Google Pixel, like Pixel 1. We can run it on a device. That might be interesting. All right, so let's do this. Let's say parent animation, because we're going to be combining multiple animations here. Animation, parent animation equals a new animation, yada, yada, yada. And then we'll say parent animation dot add, starting at 0, finishing at 1. We're going to add in our cut out animation. Beautiful. And then we're gonna play that puppy, right? And we'll say this will go over, let's start it with 1 second. Beautiful. Okay, looks about right. This could do all kinds of bad things here. We'll find out. I'll run it on an emulator in a second. We'll see how it performs on an emulator. Now, bear in mind as well, what's pretty cool is that video file is 55 meg in size. So it's a really big video. Winning.
Do-do, do-do, do-do-do. It's the whole.
Excellent.
All right, cool. So what are the sliders for? The sliders are for me. I was playing around with seeing the performance of it to see whether I could move the video around and adjust the window of it as well. And it performs really, really nicely. So the sliders are for me debugging. In fact, I'm going to get rid of the sliders now. Now that you've called attention to them and made them feel inadequate. Joke. Achievement unlocked. All right. Hey, you want to see how it performs on an emulator? This could be a disaster. Actually, this is a physical device. Yeah, that's the idea, Dragon. I do have one problem here. Like, see this problem here? So I started up the app. I get nothing here. My skier sharp's rendering, but the element isn't rendering, and I think it's a hot reload problem, right? Because you watch this. If I just come to my XAML page and I hit save, it'll appear. See there? I need to adjust that cutout height, don't I? All right, we need a little bit of logic in our startup. Actually, I'm not going to have... Yeah, it definitely seems like a hot reload problem. I'd say it's a hot reload problem. I need to set the position of things here. So, in on appearing, you don't have the heights and things, right? So it's like on... on size allocated. That's where we know the width and the height. So at this point, I could say I have a where to start my element. Well, there's on size changed. Like you could do this. On size changed? I thought there was an on size changed. Maybe there's not. I don't know. On size allocated gives you the width and the height, and the IntelliSense says indicates that the page has been assigned a size. So I think this is the layout. This is called by the layout. I don't know what the right one is actually. Occurs when either the width or the height properties change value on this element. I have no idea. Does anyone in the chat know which I should use and why? All right, so here what I want to do, work out where to start my elements. I'm going to grab a couple of these values down here. Move them up the top where they belong. Dragon says, I think it depends on what you're trying to do. Some things are probably better to do at different points in the life cycle. Yeah, okay. Dan says, I guess it depends if you want to be reacting to orientation changes. Because, are you saying size allocated won't be done? Possible. On an orientation change. Maybe. Okay, what am I doing? How big should my cutout be? So the cutout height, let's say that's going to be equal to, say, let's make it 300 units high times the density. God, I hate that. All right. So therefore, the position is going to be, well, we want to start our video. I'm just going to do this. Feels so dodgy. We don't know the pixels until we have our density. So Dragon, does it trigger on orientation? On size allocated does trigger. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it depends on whether you want to override it or whether you want to hook an event. I don't know. I'm assuming that it's similar. But I think the problem here, like if we do size changed, right? Right. It's gonna tell us that when either the width or the height properties change, I'm assuming that they change at different times. So there would be 2 of these messages before you get a size allocated. That would be my guess. I don't know. We'll see if this works. So we're just going to say cut out height. I think I set this up here. God, I can't write code to save myself. All right. So the position of this is going to be essentially the height minus the cutout height plus some padding. I feel this is bad. This is hacking code, peoples. Right, cool. So Dragon says on-size allocated triggers with orientation change. It's actually the way you're supposed to handle orientation. Wacky do. Beautiful. Main page padding and main page padding. What? I've already done padding? Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay. All right, current pause. And then we'll say cut out pause px equals cut out pause times the density. This feels wrong. Oh well, doesn't matter. I have 2 padding variables. Yeah, I did. Not anymore. Okay. Let's see what we got. I think now we should have things appearing in the right spot, at least, I think. All right. Cool. Okay. Okay, so I need to change some of those animation values. shouldn't go up to 0. The starting value of this should be padding. Now is padding. Okay, padding is not device independent. So this, so its npos should be the height minus cutout height plus the padding. Okay. I feel like this should be done much nicer anyway.
Sometimes things don't work.
Oops. Take care, IoT Fire. And yeah, stay safe. See you next time. I'll probably, given that I'm in home isolation, I might do some more streams. So just watch Twitter. I'll announce them on Twitter. All right, there's our video going back and forth. We love it.
Today we're gonna code lots with Mr.
James Montemagno subscribed.
Amazing you'll be.
Oh my goodness, James. Oh my goodness. James Montemagno, this is like achievement unlocked, right? Thanks, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. One day we're going to have sweet, sweet emotes. I know I've been neglecting my stream of late and I feel bad about it. But I'll tell you something really cool, James. What I'm playing around with is I'm playing around with the media element. And it's sweet. I'm sort of animating it around at the moment. I'm about to make it expand out, and that's going to be cool. Yeah, this is Xamarin.Forms. So James, this is the challenge we're doing. What could go wrong with this challenge? Well, because I haven't played with the media element at all, right? So I thought, hey, let's try the media element, and I found this little puppy here. And I thought, you know what? Let's give this one a go, see if we can do it. There's a skier sharp map control. Oh my God, that's exactly what I need, right? Because, that's what we need. I found this really cool site. Google Map. Have you seen this thing? Oh, did he? I haven't watched all the .NET Conf things. But there's these really cool things called snazzy maps, right? And it turns out Google Maps supports errors. Yeah, you can basically use JavaScript to provide different overlays onto maps. And so if you want a map that looks like this, I think that one's not working. You can change the look of Google Maps. I had no idea you could do this until the other day. Anyway, if there's a Skier Sharp one, that's even better because I'm playing around with Skier Sharp. So that's cool. All right, let's it's getting a little bit late for me. My wife's gonna like freak out at me a moment if I don't go look after the kids. So let's do one more animation. And the animation that we want to do is we'll say, when we expand up, let's go full screen on it once it goes up. All right. So it's going to be another animation. Okay, cough into your elbow. There we go. It's a public service announcement. Oh, look at that, time coded and everything.
The last library I'd like to show off is MapSui. This is an awesome cross-platform mapping component that you can drop into your desktop or mobile applications. Just look how smooth this map renders.
Look
and
how
this
smooth
is
it
just
is.
a CPU renderer. And now I'd like to move on from individual controls to...
All right. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. All right, let's add another animation. Animation, expand, animation, anim equals a new animation, where we're going to take the expand value and we're going to do some stuff with it. We're going to basically we're going to adjust the position of the cutout. We're going to, we don't have to adjust the video. The video should be in the right place. We'll invalidate the canvas. So I think you can do tons of custom stuff, but I don't know anyways. I'll check it out. James says, miss you. I miss everyone at the moment. I mean, even though I work from home, the social isolation thing, you know, it's hard. Just put an easing on it. All right. So I have a start expand and an end expand. And those values there are going to be just local values. James, are you streaming at the moment? My life's been up and down, so I haven't caught your streams in a while, but hopefully you are. Tomorrow? Okay. I'd send a shout out, but everyone knows your stream because I don't have a command because I'm a terrible Twitch streamer. But can't see James Montemagno. I'm resetting up OBS. Yeah. Ooh. In a new undisclosed location. That's cool. With none of your normal gear. You know what? After I haven't streamed for maybe a couple of months, and it was so hard getting everything just set up again. It was crazy. Okay, so if we're going to collapsed, that means that we're currently expanded, which means that we're going from this dot height. And our end expand is going to be cut out height, maybe. going to think of a better way of doing this in a moment. James, you've gone off the grid. Clinton says good. I'll pay OBS for a sync all my stuff like Slobs does. You know, you can, one way a lot of people do that is they put all of their overlay stuff into Stream Elements, because Stream Elements will sync. And of course you can export out of OBS as well, but it only works half the time. All right. So we're going to do an animation here. So what do we want to do? We want to say, let's have an animation value. Let's have a expand value equals t. And let's invalidate the canvas. Invalidate surface, that's what it is. What's wrong with you? Can't type, that's my problem. Yeah, I'm actually using the new version of OBS 25. Seems to be pretty stable. Okay. Oh, I got a tweet. Did you know you can tweet at me? And artist, Mr. Himfilbots needs a sweet emote. That's a my God. You're going to PayPal $100? You're not really, are you? We'll talk about it later. For tweets, yeah. I totally know what it is. Actually, I don't know what it is, but I'll find it for you. How about, yeah. I'll tell you later. Yeah, I'll find it for you. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I need to finish this animation so I can go and look after my kids and my wife doesn't get angry at me because homeschooling. All right, so we've got animation. Let's add this in as well. And we'll say, okay, it's going to go for half the time for the cutout, and then the other half it's going to do expand animation. Beautiful. Sounds reasonable. Now, what I'll also do is I'll say, the other thing is as well is we want this to be reversible, right? So we actually want those to happen in different orders. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say if our current state is state.x. If we're going expanding, we're doing that. And otherwise what we're going to do is we're going to reverse the order of these. which means there's so much better ways of doing this, I'm sure. So this is going to go from, I'm going to take it from 0 to 0.5. And then this is going to happen from 0.5 through to 1. Beautiful. Oh, dinner time. We'll swap emotes. Beautiful. You want a bit emote? Okay, fantastic. Oh my. All right, dinner time. It's happening. Check your DMs. Thank you, James. Take care. Have a good dinner. Stay socially distant. No, stay socially close, physically distant. I'll be quiet now. All right. Cool. Let's have a look. So what we need to do now, emotes unlocked. Exactly. Stay safe. Exactly. So we're going to cut out. This is now the thing that we need to adjust, right? So we need to say, adjust the cutout based on the expand animation. All right, so something like that, right? So we can say, if we're expanding, so we had this value of expand value. If that's going greater than 0, then we'll say, let's change the values. Why is that an error? Object and int. What is that? It's an object. That shouldn't be an object. That should be like a float or something. All right, cool. Now, right, let's work out what the values should be here. So let's get these values first of all. We'll say we'll have a float, we'll have a top, add top. It's going to be that. Our left, right, left top, right. And our bottom. So our bottom is this one here. All right, cool. So we're going to have values, right? So then if we're expanding, all we want to do is we want to kind of change those values. Clinton loves the walking sprites. I can control them, Clinton. I can drop bombs on them if you like. Or I can find you. And let's see if we can find Clinton. Who is this? Not you. It's James. Clinton. Put him up here. Let's pin him up here, shall we? Egg salad sandwich. Let's pin you up here. Keep you out of trouble, Clinton. All right, so we want to say, we want to expand those margins. So we'll say our left, we're going to subtract off the expand value. And we want to say if it's less than 0, kind of want to just clamp it, but we'll say if left is less than 0, then left equals 0, maybe. I don't know. That work? Yeah, let me release Clinton. I think we want to do that, something like that. Kind of like just clamping it. And we'll get the top and we'll subtract that. Like really dodgy code here. Bottom equals wow, that's some really dodgy code. But we should now be able to say left, top, right, bottom. Okay. And that should probably do it. Now our expand value is not in pixels, is it? You know what? It can just be in pixels. It doesn't matter. There's some tweeting going on. Let's see where we're at. It's been a while since I ran it.
Today we're gonna code lots with Mr. Kim.
Wow. QB Acid 313. Thank you for the follow. What was it? QB Acid? QB Acid 313. Yeah, let's unleash some stars. You can do a command jump. Jump up and get points. I don't know what the points are for, but you can do it. All right. Oh, is my mic suddenly scratchy? Did my mic die? Everyone's jumping. Looks like I broke this. Yes, mic is scratchy now. Oh dear. I sound awful? Thank you. I wonder what happened. Refreshing didn't help. Oh dear. All right, I'm gonna. Right. How's that? Whoa. All right. How's that? Are we back? Sounds sample ratey. So the sound back? Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Meanwhile, nothing good has happened in my animation here. And I lost my music. It's all falling apart, people. Nobody panic. All right, let's see if I can work this puppy out. What's going on here? Cheered one bit for your microphone. I love it. Okay, if the current state is collapsed, we're going from this dot height to cutout height. Okay, I'm going to put a breakpoint here. I need to know what's going on. Hang on a second. That's not right. All right, let's see if we can get some music back. Oh, that looks really bad. What happened? Too many magic numbers, I think. What are we doing? We start expand. Yo, Dylan Bot, how you doing? You caught me just as I'm breaking everything. And also my machine is running terribly. I think I've broken my machine, basically. Yeah, it's a good time. Happy times. Now, I'm just going to have a look here. See what values we've got here. That doesn't feel right. Let's have a look at some of these values. We don't want that to be left. We don't want that to be 0. It's a starting point. There we are. We don't want that to be 0 because we want a minimum for our left. We don't want it to be 0, do we? Wait on. We probably do, actually. Because it has to go full screen. Is there a good directory of Xamarin Twitch streamers? Hey, I think there is. I think I saw David Ortonau. What's that link application? David Ortonau mentioned one in the... that's the one, Dragon. You're all over it. Xam streamers. Dragon, you're so fast at this stuff. All right. Now let's have a look at what's going on here because something bad's going on. I'm going to expand that out. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to say expand value px is 1050. Let's think this through. I think that wants to be 0, from 0 to height. Let's test that. Beautiful. Yes, there's lots of Xamarin streamers at the moment, which is beautiful. I'm loving that. All right, let's have a look. See what we got. Hey, beautiful. Almost. Apart from our top is too high. Great. All right. Now, why is our top too high? We've got a top padding that we shouldn't have. Yeah, it is kind of fast. It's a bit too fast. And also, I think it's actually a little bit too big as well. Okay. To the top. Cut out pause PX. Cut out pause. As that gets set. So I think I put some magic numbers in. You know what I need to get hooked up? I need to get hooked up with hot restart so as I can make these code changes and not have to redeploy. But I tried it the other day. Has anyone got it working? I haven't got hot restart working yet, which is really unfortunate. You haven't tried it yet? Yeah. Like I can get it. It's kind of weird. I can get it to connect to my phone and deploy the app, but it gets some horrible error, segfault error, whenever I do a refresh. So it just feels like a bug. That was not the right thing. No, that's not the right thing. Of course, that's not the right thing. Frank's continuous. Yeah, Frank's continuous is amazing. That's why. It was great. I miss it. Oh. So let me ask a question. If I do, I was thinking about doing some of these other streams, not on Fridays. Is that going to be okay with people? Why have I got this margin at the top? Any days good with you, Dragon? Working from home? Yeah, well, that's what I think. I think everyone's working from home now, right? Everyone's working from home. Everyone's trapped inside. All right, or maybe I'll do some more. I don't understand. I don't understand. Let's have a look. Let's put a breakpoint here. Expand value PX. $1.45. Top is 0. So this is what I don't understand. I create this cutout rect. All right. Yeah, Twitter's the best. I love Twitter. Only for dev news, though. right, what's going on here? The density. Man, this is problem. Okay. Two accounts, one for dev, one for shit posting. I love it. I love it. Let's slow the animation down a little bit and I don't understand what's going on here. Left is 52.5. Top is there. Okay, that seems to be right. What's interesting, I got this little space at the top here. And I don't know where it's coming from. Do I have padding somewhere? No, I don't think so. Oh, hang on. Padding of 0. Let's try that. Padding 0. Yeah, it's fine, so it animates exactly. But the funny thing is, when I do a refresh, it goes into the right spot. What if it's? I wonder if it's the translate of the video actually. Yeah, it's weird. It's fine till it animates. Okay, so translation Y is my time, my cutout animation. See if that fixes our little... Oh, okay. Oops, sometimes things don't work. Yeah, and there's this hot reload bug. Look at that, that's so weird. Weird things are happening. Hmm. Hey, PT Dave. Welcome back. Dave, you're just catching me just as I'm about to finish up. Screw. Boo. Goes up. Do, 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 do. Cutout pos is 0, so top is 0. And that is where the cutout rec should be. Should be at 0. But here the cutout pos is not 0. Doo-doo. So Dave, how have you been? Have you been in lockdown like the rest of us? Started a new job. Oh, great. Otherwise, okay. Well, I think this is going to be one of those weird bugs that's going to take a while for me to find, which is not very entertaining, I know. Let's do this. What bug? Oh, so we're animating videos around the place here. But it's doing some weird skipping when it gets to the top here and leaving that space. I'm just trying to work out what's going on there. But anyway, let's have a look and we'll see if we can see what values are coming out of here. So PC Dave, you're not doing mobile development. Well, that's no good. Rainbow it. Give it the old rainbow. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think rainbows are going to do it for me this time. I'll tell you what I could do, actually. Rainbow is a good idea. Rainbow, well, the problem with the rainbow... Yes. Let's have a look at what this gives us. because look at that. That says the bounds should be left 0, top 0, 1440 by 2380, which is what I would expect. So maybe you're right. Maybe rainbows are a thing. Let's have a look at this though. Before I install a rainbow package, let's just give this a background color. And I'll do one other thing. I'm gonna get rid of, I'm gonna make it not actually draw the background. So it'll have its clipping rectangle. Well, the animation end coordinate, which I think is basically right. So I reckon that is not translating into the right spot. So wherever I'm doing the translation Y, is it that I need that one place? Okay, so it's only there and during our initial size allocated code. Okay, so let's have a look here. So when I do this, let's have a look at our start value from 0 to 306. Okay, so that's animates it down. Now our end pos here should be 0. Which it is not. Oh my God, are you serious? So if we're going to collapsed, it's there. Otherwise, oh, crap-a-moly. Hang on a second, I think that might be it. Man, coding's hard, huh? UI's hard. Animation's hard. It's all hard. Let's see if that works. Oh God. Not refresh, not working. It's hard. UI's difficult. That's all right. Team debugging, easy peasy. There we go. My God. One little thing. All right. Now I'm gonna have to call it quits because I told my wife I'd only stream until about 12, and so I'm about an hour and a half over time. Flutter is hard. Life is hard. Okay, cool. So we've got the basics of the video working. It's pretty smooth, actually. I did say I'd try it on the emulator. Let me do that quickly. Let's see how it goes on an emulator. Now, in the meantime, let me just say thanks to everyone who joined us. Yeah, so we need to animate the corner radius to 0. Actually, I think what we want it to do It doesn't quite like it's always hard with when designers do this stuff where they've got like, oh yeah, your phone's curved, but it's not really. I think it's just going to extend a little bit beyond, and it's going to go to 0. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's good to be back, Dragon. Thanks, Clinton. So I'm going to sign off in a second. I just want to see how this works on the emulator. And I might do a few streams that are not Friday, just to get through them a little bit quicker and to entertain people and keep myself busy. Where did my Visual Studio go? Hey, Visual Studio, come back. Are you deploying? I just want to see how it works on this emulator. No worries, Dylan Bot. Take care. By the way, hit up Lachlan and myself. We've started doing our user groups virtual as well. Oh, for some reason, it's not playing. Why is it not playing? Oh no, it is. It's just struggling on the emulator. There we are. So it works much nicer on physical devices. Yeah, that's what you need to know. Cool. Did a virtual user group? Fantastic. Yeah. All right. So, hey, listen, everyone. I'm gonna take off. I'll continue streaming around about this time, I think. But look, thanks to all these people who contributed and joined us. So have a good day. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey, bye for now.